Yeah, and we got a question about the last bit, sorry. So why most students have those advantages, access to broadband, email, I guess Pao schools have students who might be on financial aid or they have special needs, they are ADHD students. How would you ensure that you can support them too? Because they may have their own disadvantages and difficulties in learning.
Yeah, it's a really, really important question. And Pao School would probably only have a few students in that category. We estimate that in our primary and our middle school, it's probably about 5% that need to have their parents with them to make sure they work. And that number has come down from 10% probably to 5 or even lower in the middle school as kids become a little bit more proficient and confident. A lot of the lack of engagement is just lack of confidence and uncertainty as to what to do. So the first week, a lot of complaints were the parents were forever being asked, what have I got to do? What have I got to do? Because the children are sort of like blind panic in the face of all these instructions as to how they move forward. But as they learn to accommodate it and teachers become better at setting out work in an easy, more digestible fashion, it becomes more accessible. I think what you're talking about is the pastoral side and sort of the special application of need. We try and touch base every day with our students in some form of class meeting. So every child has a chance to talk to a tutor or a homeroom teacher to make sure that they're okay. And for those that are really struggling, we then do one-on-one interviews. For a homeroom teacher to do regular one-on-ones with a class of 25, it's actually quite difficult to do as well as doing their teaching program. So we don't do a large number of those, but we do them as and when we see problems arising. Now, of course, one of the other issues, because everything's coming back electronically, we're able to chronicle quite well what's working, what's not working, where students are failing to deliver on work or work is at a lower level. And so the tutors and the teachers can then begin to intervene either with an email or with sometimes they would just send an online message or even communicate one-on-one, face-to-face to meet that particular need. We also have professionals in counselling, learning support who are working in the school, and they're doing exactly what they would have been doing if they were in school.
Sorry, David, if I could add one more thing. I think Kevin mentioned earlier on about broadband access. We're fortunate that all of our students do have it. Broadband access is readily available in Shanghai. We do have some students who were traveling, because remember, this is during Chinese New Year. Some students are overseas. So the challenges with broadband access is not with Shanghai-based staff or students, but with those who are traveling. And actually, we have a few students who are in the US as well. So because of the synchronous learning, they have to get up at night and catch up with the Chinese time zone. But otherwise, access was not an issue. And actually, in the broader scope in Shanghai, government has done a survey with every single student about their broadband access, and they offered free broadband or free upgrade for students who didn't have proper access to enable every student access to online learning during this period of time.